Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. This is actually going to be another response to the kind of the Gimmie Ten Thread that's been going around. A great thread that was started a little while ago, and people have been doing a number of different responses to it, and it's just one of those fun kind of threads. You can go a lot of different directions, and I plan on making a number of video responses to it. So it's basically just kind of, show your 10 of your favorite songs that kind of give you, the goosebumps, never get old every time you hear it, just kind of all that stuff. And the way that I took the thread, and I'm taking it, I should say, is not necessarily what are the top 10 songs, like ever, of so-and-so, but just like 10 of your absolute goosebumpers and just, never get old, all that type of thing. So I've decided to do a number of different videos with different, genres and stuff like that. So tonight I'm going to do Gimmie 10 60's and 70's R&B. Okay, so that's kind of the category for tonight. So I went through and picked out 10. It wasn't as hard as I thought, but there were definitely some that I had to kind of go back and forth on. This was playing in the background. I don't have it on the list, but as I was digging through and pulling this stuff out, I really had to pull this out and listen to it. Diana Ross and the Supremes, Reflections. Really, really love that song. It's a very lovely eeriness to that song. But I don't know, just again, I saw the cover when I was digging through and thought I really have to listen to that. But so here are my actual 10. Alright. You could pick a ton off of this album, really. I mean, there's literally 4 or 5 songs off this album that could easily be in the 10. But the one that I chose off of here is Dance to the Music. I mean, it's just, that's a song that never gets old in the sense that it's one of the most pure, like, this is the joy of music songs that I think I have in my entire collection. I mean, the words themselves, just when the chorus is just simply repeating over and over, dance to the music. I mean, they just like repeat that over and over. And like the other few lines that are in there, all you need is a drummer for people who only need a beat. I'm going to add some guitar so that people can move their feet. I'm going to add some bottom so the dancers just won't hide. I mean, it's just kind of like everything about the song was just about the enjoyment of what music can do for you and how it makes you feel. And they so captured it in that song. And every time I listen to it, believe me, I dance to the music the whole time. That is one of the best jam sessions, even though it's one song, that's one of the best jam sessions ever laid down on a record. So, moving right along, the next one here, which kind of surprised me, I narrowed it down to this, but Diana Ross. And it's a song, I'm Coming Out. I just think something about the intro and the groove of that song, it's very R&B. At the same time, it's very disco. At the same time, it has like this underlying funk layer to it. It's just one of those songs that makes you feel absolutely good every time you hear it. As much as Diana Ross gets on my nerves, I can't deny a lot of her music. So that's one. One guy that also had a number of different songs that could easily be on the list, Wilson Pickett. And again, if you talk about some of my favorite songs by him, like Hey Jude, his cover of the Beatles' Hey Jude is probably my favorite, as well as In the Midnight Hour. But I think one of the best just kind of goosebump songs that takes me to that great place every time I hear it is 6345789. There's just again, just a nice groove to that song with Wilson's voice. I mean, again, there's so many pieces you can pick by him. Another great one has to make a top 10 when it comes to 60's and 70's R&B. I think it came out in 1974. BTO Express. And the title of the album tells you everything you need to know, which is also the title track on the song, or the song title track to the album. Do It Till You're Satisfied. One funky groove right there. So that has to be on the top 10 list. And if for some reason you haven't heard that song, actually, I know you've heard it, even if you don't necessarily know it. But if you listen to it, you'd be like, oh yeah, I remember that in was it a Adidas commercial? I can't remember. but definitely on the list. Next, another man that easily has a ton of songs that could be on the list. I have to go with Bring It On Home. Again, or Bring It On Home to Me. I'm sorry, I always leave off the to me on that song. Now, that song definitely has to be on the list because not only is it one of my favorite Goosebump songs with Lou Rawls singing in the background with Sam, and it's just beautiful, but that, in my opinion, is probably the best R&B recording of all time. And there's very few things that I can label as the best of all time, but that song, I think I can actually say that's the best R&B recording of all time. So obviously that's definitely on my list. Next here is an album that if you do not know, this is one that you have to at least give one listen to at some point in time in your life. Because from start to finish, it's one of the best R&B albums of all time. Soulful R&B albums by the one and only Curtis Mayfield. And this is There's No Place Like America Today. Fantastic album, top to bottom. The song I'm picking off of here from my top 10 is the song Jesus. And again, it's just so much soul and such a reflection of the times. I mean, if you listen to this album, it's almost like you know what it was like back during these times. I mean, even it's kind of like that cover really gives you a clear picture of what Curtis Mayfield was trying to put forth in this album. He totally nailed it inside and out. There's just so much soul in that album. But the song Jesus is the one that I chose. Let's see. Got 4 more here. Diana Ross and the Supremes makes the list twice. And the song I had to pick off of this is Come See About Me. Again, not necessarily my favorite even Supreme song of all time, but that song is one that does give me just the best feeling about the fun times that existed in the 60s, especially on like the R&B side of things. Because every time I hear that song, or let me back up. That song to me is kind of the epitome of middle schoolers, young teenagers, hanging out at soda shops after school with a jukebox playing. And when you have that scenario and that scene, the song Come See About Me has to spin on that jukebox at some point in time. That's the vibe that I get from it. And it could be too, because what was that movie, Heaven Help Us, if you guys remember that from back in the 80s, which was kind of based back in the 60s and so forth. There was actually a scene where there was this, all these kids were hanging out in this little soda shop. Some of them were smoking and, all that type of stuff. And that song was playing on the jukebox. But it's just, to me, there's a reason for that. Because that song, there's just such a feel to it where it's meant for that. So that's definitely a tremendous Goosebump song that takes me right back to that time period, even though I wasn't alive then. But it literally takes me to that time period. Next on the list, the Shirelles. And of course the song Will You Love Me Tomorrow, which, that was Carolyn King's song. But I don't know. Again, it's just one of those songs that just moves me in a strange way. The grittiness of her voice, there's something about that that's just so powerful in that delivery. It allows her to add like this crying out element, or this element of desperation, even in kind of the softer tone that she's singing the song. Especially when she says the line, "So tell me now and I won't ask again." There's just something about it that's just so beautiful to me. But yeah, the Shirelles, Come See About Me. Will You Love Me Tomorrow definitely makes my list. And then we got 2 more here. The Man. Another man with kind of that unique voice that just brought so much soul to his recordings. Bill Withers. And the song I'm choosing off of here is Aint No Sunshine. Again, a 2-minute masterpiece. 2-minute masterpiece. And I don't even know what I can say about it. It's unique. It's different. It's one of the most honest and heartfelt songs you'll ever hear. And that there's not a lot of fluff to it. It's just kind of like straightforward lyrics, straightforward delivery, just all those elements crunched into one of the best 2-minute songs ever. So that's definitely on the list as well. And last but not least, Marvin Gaye. And again, Marvin has a ton of different hits, but the song I Want You, again, just has a floatiness to it. There's all of Martin's soul, or Martin. I'm getting it all wrong tonight. All of Marvin's soul is in that song, but there's also kind of like a popish element to it, along with the groove and R&B and everything else that's in it. And it's really unique. It just kind of seems like as Marvin is just singing right underneath the song the whole time, which just makes it float very, very nice. I don't know. I just kind of describe the feelings that I get when I'm listening to songs. I don't know if any of this stuff ever makes sense, but that's number 10 on my, or the 10th song on my Gimmie 10 R&B list, or 60's and 70's R&B. So there you go, VC. Just a really quick video here. Again, I'll be back soon to do another one. I'm going to do one on punk, metal, 80's R&B, just probably 80's new wave, and a lot of different things as well, jazz, blues. So again, great fun thread. As always, let me know what you think, and we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys.